Hello, hello, hello. This is another episode of the Mental Threads Podcast, number 125. I'm here with Miss. You just want to go by Lauren Sy'Mone, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Lauren Sy'Mone. It's me.
Yes, Lauren Sy'Mone from Charlotte. You don't live on the East Side anymore, right?
Nope, I live
You gotta go into detail exactly
down
what
the
it
way,
is.
but still more
In a
so
privileged
the
side,
east.
yeah.
Yeah, north side more
Yeah.
now. Yeah, north side.
Yeah, but like, there's a very privileged type of home you're staying in now. Like, I saw, cause like I'm thinking like I'm visiting my cousins or something like that. It's just like,
Not privileged.
yeah, I'm not used to the big old houses. I'm like, dang. Like, okay, Rick Ross. All right, that's nice.
Thanks
Right.
for
For anybody in the background, we actually met back in J.M. Robinson. We had the same bus, correct?
Yep, that was. I can't even remember what year.
It was, I think it was 2011.
2011.
It was 2010 to 2011.
Yeah, you're right. 2010 to 2011. Yep.
Yeah, because I came to JMR in 2009, and 2009 to 2010, and then 2010 to 2011.
Yeah,
and
so 2010. Yeah, 2010.
Yeah, something like that for sure.
For sure.
And everything. And you weren't fucking with the school?
Absolutely not.
Me neither. I mean, it was cool for me for the first 2 years, and then the third year when they cut off busing, it was just, I think a lot of the kids started getting a little bit too big headed. I think they started realizing they have privilege, and that's when that's when shit was fucked up for me.
It was definitely after like the first 30 days there, it was like, hell no, get me out of here. I don't know why Black parents think sending their kids to predominantly white school is gonna be a better opportunity. Like, no, put me with my people. That's it. Like,
no, seriously, man. I'm not even on that whole like prejudice. It's just like, bro, like the trauma I had to face over there, bro. Like seriously, I remember this one time. You remember Antonio Jackson, right? Kind of short, like.
Can't say I do. Can't say I don't.
It's alright. Anyway, he was like dating some Arabian girl or something like that, and then this one white like fat girl called her like a terrorist or something like that, and she responded and calling her a fat country hobo. And we was laughing hella hard and everything. But it's like, and they didn't even get on the white girl. They got on us for laughing.
Yeah.
Because it's talking about like, it was weird.
That's because they don't see no fault in the shit them people be saying. But
the stuff they be doing. They were doing all types of fucked up shit.
And they just get excused and they look at us like we wrong because we from across town and da-da-da-da-da. But they some hoes.
Yeah, no, seriously, it was always some BS. Like, I swear, man, it's just sometimes they put me in these weird ISS groups, and I didn't even do nothing wrong and everything. I remember, like,
they definitely was like, you could tell real prejudice. Like they tried to pick us out about anything, and it's like they knew the kids who was the Black kids from Ballantyne and the Black kids from across town. So like, it was still a divide, and it was still like. It was still weird, like and it
was worse if your parents weren't messing with you either, bro. Because during the time, bro, because me and my mom was kind of beefing during that stage of my life, so it was just like, so it's like, so when because it's like every time they say like I did something bad, it was like she automatically believed them. Didn't even it's like, why are you doing this in school? Like, no.
Yeah, because you just. It's like, oh, you going out to this school and you got this good opportunity and you just fucking up. And it's like, really, this should have setting me back, not helping me forward. But yeah, all right.
They didn't give a shit. They kind of cared, but they didn't really know how to care.
They didn't care. They did not care. They didn't care. They didn't like even want to like work with you, help you. Nothing. I never felt like that welcoming vibe from like none of the teachers there.
Yeah, you had to really.
Except a Black teacher. That's it.
Yeah, some of the teachers were cool, but I feel like you had to really work to get your grade and everything. Like, they didn't really try to help teach you to learn. You had to teach yourself with the information that they gave, basically.
Yeah,
that's one thing I noticed.
Yeah. You had to work for real. And it was just like, hell no, send me back across the tracks. Fuck that.
I realized on the east side, I was in Hawthorne school area and Garinger. My mom made me think it was only Garinger. Like, I could have gone to Hawthorne also. So I kind of had options. Like, you know. And everything, but even I got cousins that went to Garinger and went straight to college, so I didn't really understand what was the problem. Like, why would you even send me to these predominantly white schools anyway?
Right.
and everything.
Yeah. They just be thinking like better opportunity. They see white people and be like, oh, this a better chance. Like you're with the white kids. Like, yeah, no, you fucking my head up. Like,
and the thing like because it was a super magnet school, or whatever. What the fuck is like magnet? I don't know what the fuck that means. But anyway, I think it was because it was just. I think because they said like magnet school they got better grades, but really it's like they really just a lot of those white kids used to pay the Indian and Asian kids to do their homework, bro.
yeah,
They used to do that
didn't
all the time.
And that's their history. They don't never do shit. They always try to find an easy way out of something. Boo.
No, seriously, and it was just like it was so crazy because all those kids end up freaking growing up to commit felonies and shit like that. And
drugs.
no,
the
yeah, I mean,
main ones on drugs. Main ones, multiple baby daddies, kids pissy and dirty, like be the main ones, or they try to group us and say like, oh, it's the black people, y'all so ghetto, and multiple baby daddies and welfare. White people are the highest rate on welfare. And they have the highest rate of fucking single moms, and they're dirty, most of them. Like, yeah, whatever.
No, let's not go on a tangent trying to shit on the whole race of people because like
I said some of them.
Because like seriously, I have a whole lot of like real like white friends too at the same time,
like,
but it was just
half white, so
yeah,
you
like you are half white.
Pop that shit for either way, But
is your mom white or
she mixed?
She's mixed, okay.
And then my grandmother is just pure white.
So you're like a quarter though.
If that's what you want to call it. I'd rather sound black. When people be like, oh, what you mixed with? I'd be like, okay, I mix with such and such. But, like, I ain't the type to be like, oh, I'm mixed. I'm a mixed girl. This is that shit. I'm black.
You don't really care about the whole colorism thing.
Yeah, I don't care about that shit. I'm light-skinned. Like, that'd be enough for people not to like me. Oh, she light-skinned. And they're like, bitch, I'm black.
Yeah, but it be like that on both ends, too, to the extent. And I don't know why it's like that. Because it's like, even, like, you hear, like, from, like, really vain light-skinned niggas and everything that they have the excuse to like dark skinned guys and everything.
I don't know. I think it's on both sides. I think you can be colorist on both sides because there are a lot of light skinned girls who think they're better than like browner or darker skinned girls, and there are darker skinned and brown skinned girls who don't like light skinned girls because they light skinned. It's just like it's weird on both sides to me. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Yeah. So
it's all systematic. That's just kind of how I see it.
We all black. We are all black. I don't care about this. You got light skinned girls that's not even cute. People just gonna gas it because they light skinned. And I mean, you have darker skinned people who may not look the best to somebody else, but like I don't feel like it's color wise. I ain't never told a girl she ugly because her skin color. Like, yeah, I ain't never did that. So
no, seriously,
that's weird.
I guess that was just something people did when they were younger and everything. The older you get, you realize like everybody just kind of likes somebody.
Yeah, I think like society played a big part in that, and it's like you trying to still like separate us apart and then like make us be in competition like based off skin color. And they do go back to like back in the days because house slaves were more lighter and like favored.
They lived in the house,
but they still didn't get the good just because they didn't have to be in the fields, but they had to cook and clean the house, and they also had to get raped and take care of babies and bear babies for the so it wasn't just peaches and cream because they light skin. So all that shit is goofy to me. Like, so y'all still want to suffer all these years later and then like be in competition and then group us apart. We're all black. Like,
I feel like in the 90s they didn't care about it as much, to be honest. I feel like it started I don't really think they care or emphasize it. They noticed there were differences, but they didn't care. You had
white girls, partying with them. You had white girls from the hood. Like, I don't think it mattered that much in the 90s. And I think going into the 2000s, then like music-wise, that played a part. All the, video girls, light skin and stuff. But like
the rise of Beyonce, then Drake and Chris Brown.
Y'all hyped some bullshit up.
It was some weird time. It was bad for guys too, to a certain extent. Because it was like a double standard at the same time, but it was like a weird double standard. Like some dark skinned dudes were seen it a certain way, and some light skinned dudes were seen a certain way. It was weird.
I think it's okay. Like,
I feel like it's kind of vain and weird. Like, especially it was like light skinned dudes that talk so much about like dude's being like darker skin, like why do you care about his skin color? Like
see,
it's zesty, man, to me.
I don't care either way. I'm not gonna say. I mean, I do have like, it's nothing wrong with people having a preference. Like,
but don't think you're better than someone just because.
Right,
like,
right.
It's just, that's weird.
But like, my preference is, regardless, I'm dating a black man. Like, that's it. I don't care too much to date outside my race. I consider myself more black than anything. I want to date a black man. And that's just my preference. I don't knock nobody else for dating outside their race, but I want a nice, strong black man. That's it. Like, I don't care if he light skin or if he dark skin. I like both. Like, it just don't matter. As long as it's a black man, we good to go. So,
and our race is so weird with stuff like that, because I know that you're gonna say colorism and others, like even Indians and everything, and like other places like Mexico and stuff of that nature. Like, they see us as improving, but for us it's like weird because it's just like, I don't know, because even like, I don't know that dating is like another topic and everything, and like how like it might be tough for a lot of black women to like try to find a good black man, because like you don't know like whether they like black women either, or stuff of that nature.
I think,
which is weird.
I mean, you have some men who like, yeah, they do have preferences. You have some men who want to date outside their race. You have men who just like variety. They just like anything, any color, all of that. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with variety. It's just how you go about having your variety. Yeah, but I mean, and you got some dudes who are honestly like, nope, I only like light-skinned girls with pretty hair and big butts and like, stuff like that. And you have dudes who like, no, I want a chocolate woman and that's what I like. I don't want no light-skinned girl. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's your preference, that's your preference. But like, you don't have a preference for light-skinned women and then you bash brown and dark-skinned women, or you don't have a preference for, brown and darker women and then you bash. Did I already say it like that?
No. Okay. Yeah, you got a preference for darker skin women.
So don't knock the other, just because that's not your preference. Like, just like what you like and keep it moving. Like, you don't have to be lame and knock other people. Like, no, that's weird.
Yeah, one of the weirdest things, because this one guy I knew, like in college, like keep in mind, I graduated from a HBCU, so it's like 80% it's black women. Yeah. And this dude literally said with full on confidence saying that he'd rather drag his what would he drag? He'd rather walk through like a field of shattered glass or something instead of dating a black woman. I'm like, why are you here?
Corny.
But it's just like saying that she wants to find somebody classy and all this other stuff. And it's
black women are not trashy. I don't know why they keep stereotyping women as the black women as trashy or hood rats, ghetto, like.
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie, I prefer that type than like the bougie types. I'm not even gonna lie, cause I feel like, I don't know, they're easier to converse with, cause it's just like you
can relate, you can relate better. And it ain't nothing wrong with
just don't be ignorant.
Like you could be bougie, but as long as you're not like shallow and like ignorant, that's ugly. But like, I ain't spoon-fed, but I could sit with black women who are considered spoon-fed and still relate. Like, we can still have conversation. Like, we can still talk and it's not weird. Like, people make everything weird. Or you try to group people out because like, oh, I'm from the hood, but she not from the hood, so she can't relate. But like, that ain't gotta be the only thing you relate on. Like, that's why you gotta open your mouth and talk to people. So I don't like when they group black women. I don't care about nobody else, no other race, what they got going on. I love black women. So like, all that like bashing and they this and they hood rats and that cut it out. I don't indulge in that. That's not.
Yeah, man. It's just weird, man. Especially with this generation, bro. Like, I feel the relationship even with us as people, even it ain't even gotta be romantic, but just platonic, even like as friendships and everything. It's just messy out here because it's like, it really, bro. I got severe PTSD just dealing with the wrong people, bro. And it's just like,
absolutely.
And it's just like, bro, I don't feel like it's spoken enough. Like how like literally like you get post traumatic stress disorder from like messing with people like what you thought was just cool, and they switch up on you in like the worst way and do you the dirtiest.
And then like, your head be kind of like fucked up a little bit. I'm not gonna say like, I ain't gonna say fucked up because I don't know, just my past like trauma and how I grew up and stuff like that. I just like you can't like really play like on my brain. Like you can't like
because those
fuck my head
scenarios
up.
will circle for a while, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to really let those things go
Yeah.
because you're really trying to not have the situations happen again.
Yeah,
It's just
so
like
you gotta constantly think about it. And then it's like, damn, I gotta like pay attention to the signs. Like I always like say, I'm not fucking with no dude that remind me of the last dude I left. So it's like now, like I'm on my P's and Q's with everything. Like one wrong move, I'm on my Judge Judy shit. You gotta go. Like you out of here because anything I feel like that's reminding me of somebody that I left. What do I need to be with you for? Like I don't like the weird shit. I'm matching energy. I'm on whatever they on times 10. Like
I think somebody's calling.
no.
Okay. I know. I saw. I had to pause it for a minute. Okay,
You
there
good.
you go. You're saying?
But yeah, like I don't know, I feel like everybody just kind of be like out to, I feel like kind of use people, whether it's just like for the moment, sex, like just like emotional fulfillment or like physical, just
Status,
comfort.
making
Yeah,
them
like,
look good and everything.
Yeah.
Just trying to like bounce off
it's
them.
like, it's nothing that's genuine. And I don't like that. And I think that's the most important thing when it comes to me for like dating. Like even in my marriage, like I felt like everything on my end was genuine, but like everything on his end, it was basically to get something out of me.
Oh, snap.
So
Oh, you were married?
yeah, I'm separated. I'm about to get a divorce.
Oh, dang. That is crazy. Well, we're at the age where people are married and getting divorced now.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm turning 25 next year. Wow, we're really getting old. That's creepy.
I mean, I feel like you got to try everything once. Like, it ain't nothing I'm scared to try. Like, you got to try once and you got to, like, have that experience under your belt to say, like, I tried it and it didn't work, but that's okay. Like, and it's okay. Like, it didn't work. Like, and I'm not even going to say, I can say a little bit I'm traumatized for, like, things that happened in my marriage and how I was treated. But, like, I'm not hurt. I'm not bitter. Like, I'm healed. So, like, it'll be easy right now for me to move on and, like, deal with somebody else because I'm healed. Like, I don't carry no hurt about it. I just know that, like, ain't nobody finna play in my face. You not finna, like, I be genuine and I fuck with you hard, but, like, you fucking with me softly, shit, like, halfway. You not even, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So, it's just, like, again, if you making me feel like how I felt in my marriage, then I don't need to deal with you because I left that for a reason. So why would I do the situation all over again? That's stupid. Like,
yeah, man, that's tough, man. That sucks that you had to go through that and everything. Like getting married at such an early age and then getting divorced at an early age. And I know that's a process and everything. I know it's expensive as shit to get a divorce, ain't it?
it's not really expensive. It's just like the requirements in North Carolina is different. Like you have to separate for a full year and then you can file for it. But like I'm moving back to Illinois, so all I got to do is be separated for 6 months and then file there, and then they'll grant me my divorce. But like, I'm not tripping about it either. I wouldn't care if I had to wait a year or 6 months. Like either way, it's no like coming back. We just like crossed that line. We then broke that bridge, but like we still cool. That's the thing about me. I'm not like bitter. I'm not gonna hold a grudge. Like I don't do that. You gotta be the loser. I don't. So, like I still like be cool. Like I still call my ex like, hey, you took your medicine today? Like, because I don't care. It's just that now we got a whole different like type of relationship. And the thing with people, I don't know, that's why I feel like I had to build up like I had to like heal and build myself, like even like from past events, my childhood, stuff like that. So then like in my marriage, when I felt like, okay, like you traumatizing me all over again, I worked so hard to get to a place where I was like to build and be better. Now you keep trying to break me down. You keep trying to go out your way to hurt me. You keep trying to find ways to like make me feel bad about myself, like not feeling good about life. And it's just like, okay, well, like, something gotta give. Like, it's something. It's just not working. It's like, okay, we could keep forcing it. We could keep forcing it. We could keep trying. But it's just not working. And if we ain't happy, then what's the point? Like, I don't give a fuck to uphold an image. Like, oh, like, you know, when shit was good, it was good sometimes, but I do feel like the bad outweighed the good. And it was just like, if it's bringing me more pain than happiness, then I'm going to just go ahead and release that. Like, there's no sense of forcing it. It's like, I mean, it's hard because, like, when you genuine and then, like, you really love somebody, you do everything out of love, and then you overlook a lot of the red flags. Especially, like, when I first met him, I was already, like, going through a situation and stuff, and I was healing from that. So it was more like convenience and comfort, and then it just, like, dragged out. And then, like, it pursued, and then, like, shit was good, and then it just started getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And then it's like, once you have kids added into the equation, it's time to go ahead and just wrap it up, because not only like is it affecting me, it's gonna affect my kids if they mom not good, and even if they dad not good. So it's just better to go your separate ways. Like, don't keep forcing nothing. It's just like, life is too short to be unhappy. Who wants to just live and be unhappy? So no, I'm not.
That's very mature of you, for sure. Because there'd be some people that really be like on some real bullshit. Like, I know I'm a child that had to live through like a lot of like a really fucked up marriage that led to a divorce and a separation and everything. And so I'm telling you, bro, like, you know, there's nothing more like important than like really focusing on your own like self, like emotionally and mentally, before going to another relationship or just in general, whatever you do in life and everything. Because it's just like you could really overstep and like really fall off into like some real nonsensical bullshit in general. And then it's like, and then your kids end up like really, I don't want to say like resenting you off the jump, but it really messes up your relationship with your kids. You always got to put the kids first, for sure. Like, you know, I feel like a lot of my parents didn't put me and my brother first when they were going through a lot of their situations. And everything. That's what led me in the situation with me going to predominantly white institutions, because she thought that was what being a parent was. I was my mom's had custody over me and my brother, so it was just like, you know, it was just her way or the highway type shit. She wasn't the type to be collaborative or communicative or anything. It was just like, you know, even when I was having my issues at school, like, yo, I don't want to go with these kids and everything. I'm not doing well in this place. This is not a good place. To the point where like she would just keep invalidating it, to the point where it's like,
I relate to that a lot. Like, and it took for me to get older to just realize, like, no parent is gonna be perfect. And so I see, with now, like, that I'm older, I'm a mom. Me and my mom have a really, 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 like, extremely great relationship. Like, there is nothing in this world that I don't tell her. Like, nothing. I could sneeze and I'm like, Mom, I sneezed. Like, you know, so like, I just think about the things my mom went through as a child, her upbringing, you know, things she went through in her marriage, having kids. I just like consider all of that now that I'm older. So it's like, it's easy for me to forgive my mom for things, you know, that happened, and like how she chose to parent, because, you know, got to consider her own experiences. So just me personally, it's easy to like not be mad at her, to not hold a grudge, and to be more understanding. I think that's the thing about me. I'm very understanding, like extremely understanding, because like I done been through so much. So it's just like, how can you not, you know, be understanding and relate and like be considerate to other people, instead of just being like so judgy and like confrontational and stuff like that. Like, I think like you just gotta like really expand your mind and just consider the fact, like, nobody's gonna be perfect, and your parents weren't perfect, your grandparents weren't perfect, you're not gonna be the perfect parent, but you just want to understand stuff differently so that you know how to like maneuver with your kids and how you want to raise them, and like what morals and principles and values you want to instill to your own kids. So
yeah, man, no, that's a good way to look at it, man, for sure, man. Because like, really, that generational trauma is really a tough work to being like the one to try to break it. Like, my family's African, so it's just like, not trying to say they're uneducated when it comes to stuff like that, but it's like things like mental health and stuff like that. They don't believe in that. They don't even see the like what's really like what's healthy and what's not mentally. They just think it's like an evil spirit or something like that. When it's really like chemical imbalances in your head, how you react to things. Like, some people are very angry angry and so very quick to react and kind of overly emotional, and they don't think things through stuff. I feel like, well, my mom's, I'm trying to say that she's bipolar or nothing, but she does have like tendencies to come across as bipolar, mixing with a little bit of narcissism and there. And that's not me trying to point the finger and judge. That's just how I see it and everything. And I try to work on it too, but it's like that kind of led me to be a little bit more over analytical of a whole lot of things before I do things, which is helpful at times. But then it's like at times though, I feel like in my case, I feel like there's sometimes where I feel like I need to like be more assertive too. And everything. Like, I'd be way too overly analytical because I try to not put myself in a position where I end up like my mom's or my dad or my uncle, where it's like they end up getting a record because of how they reacted and domestic. Like, no, you don't gotta do it.
And I don't think there's nothing wrong with like over analyzing. And I think I'm the same way. I do that a lot. Like, I am a thinker before I act. Like, there are times. No, I mean, it's been a while before I just. No, I'm not gonna say that. Let me backtrack. I am a thinker before I act. There may be times where I may kind of act off emotion and impulse, like, but you got to have me like really fucked up. Like, you got to really be like fucking with me. And like before, like I had kids, I would be like 0 to 100. Boom. Like 1 second I'm at 100. Like it's go time. But like I had kids and then I just start like damn, I got shit to lose. So like it makes you like calm down. It make you think before you act. So like I'm really calm. Like I may talk aggressive and like people may see me on social media and be like, this bitch is crazy. But like I'm really calm. Like I think before I act. I can't really say like, oh, I think before I speak. I'm not ignorant, but like if it's something on my mind and I feel like it's something I gotta say, I'm gonna say it. Like, but like I don't just like be coming out crazy. And I think like mental health plays a part in that. That's where it comes in at, because you got to remember mental health can be passed down. It's genetic. It can be passed down. So I come from a long line, especially on my white side, of mental illness, bipolar, anxiety, depression, like that runs down us. And then on top of that, my whole family is women, like mainly women. So, it's going to hit 10 times harder. It's already the hormones, all of that. So like, I feel like it take a lot. Like you gotta heal, you gotta like be considerate, and you gotta like find you basically and make you happy, and then you have to like maneuver through that like that.
Like be more self-reflective.
Yeah, more instead of always like, oh, I did this because like such and such did this to me, or I said this because such and such said this to me. Like I'm more so, oh no, I did this because that's what I wanted to do, or I said this because that's what I wanted to say. Like I knew what I was doing, I knew what I was saying. Like can't nobody else like. I say like you can't really get me out of character. Like.
I mean, yeah, which is tough because it's like, especially for dudes and everything, because anybody who really like even disrespects even the slight, especially if you're a black man and everything, like they'll probably always hold that over your head and everything. Like for like, oh, remember this time with it and you didn't do this or this. And it's just to take you out of character and everything. Like, it's really, I know the Boondocks pretty much explain the whole nigga moment situation pretty extensively, but that's like real life stuff. It's just like it's really just every day. It's like really just not every day. It's just every day you're around ignorant people. It's really just a question of like, is this even worth like my energy? Should I even give this stuff energy? Does this person gonna matter in 5 years from now?
Yeah.
And like you really just kind of move off from there, because like life kind of deals with a lot of these people over time. Like over time when you think about it.
Yeah.
And if not, and they're doing well, then that's okay too. Like you just gotta learn to be happy with yourself.
But do well over there, like, because it's like you did me wrong, or you did something bogus to me, but you doing well, and I fucks with that. But do that over there, you can't be around me. And I feel like when it comes to black men, I feel like they like, I don't know. So my mom always tell me like, you have 3 strikes against you already. You're a man. You're a black man. You're a black man in America. So you gotta like be different. Honestly, like I feel like black men, I feel like they set back a lot. Like I feel like generational curses, generational trauma, all of that, you know, plays a big part in like the upbringing of black men and how black men turn out and how black men turn to the streets and how black men turn to killers and rapists and da 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 da. But I feel like people do. I feel like black men, and not just black men, but I'm just speaking on, you know, that they do a lot of bogus shit and then like you find excuses, like try to justify it instead of just saying, you know, I did it because that's what I wanted to do. Oh, it's always because the white man used to beat my great grandparent. You know, it be stuff like that.
It's like a lack of accountability, and it's just like, you know.
And then when you hold a man accountable, they can't stand it. They can't stand to be held accountable because nobody calling them on their shit. And then if you call them on their shit, then they have to self-reflect and like, you know.
Depends on the upbringing, though. It depends on the upbringing. Like, I know for a fact, I have to take accountability. I be taking accountability for stuff that's not even, like, my control. Like, I ain't control your emotions. I'm not control how you feel about yourself, you to react like
but
that.
I'm still, like, I'm not ignorant. Like, if somebody come to me and say, like, well, I felt away when you said this, or I felt away when you did this, or you did this to me and it made me feel like this, and I don't like how you said that, and this. Okay, you know, I apologize. Like, I don't have no problem taking accountability and apologizing. Like, especially if I really fuck with you, like I'm so like family friend oriented. Like, if I fuck with you hard, like we locked in. Like, I'm going to be real considerate about you. And I don't want to never hurt, like, nobody I love and care about. So, like, if you come to me, I'm not going to say, well, like, oh, but, you know, I only said that because you said this one time and it hurt my feelings like 6 years ago. You know, that's how people do, and I don't like that. Like, if you come to me and let me know that I did something you didn't like or said something you didn't like, I'm going to be accountable and I'm going to apologize for it, and then I'm a, you know, see, do you want to move forward from that? You know, it won't happen again. Like, but I'm so like,
accountability is a double-edged sword on that one, because so you got to take accountability to communicate what your issues are too. Like, communication is hand in hand.
And people don't do that, and that's what pisses me off a lot, because I'm like, damn, like, if my thing is, I'm not coaching nobody how to fuck with me. No man, no friend, no family, like none of that. I'm not telling you like how you supposed to match up with me. Like, you supposed to see what type of person I am to you, and I'm a good person to you, and you supposed to match that. I'm not finna tell you like, oh, you did this and don't do this. Like, I'm not doing it. So if you don't like, if you're not giving me like what I need in you, and that's what I'm giving you, then I'm gonna just like separate from you, because it's just like dead weight. It's not getting nowhere, and now you pissing me the fuck off. Like,
it's just like trying to take me out of character for what and everything. And it's just like there's no better piece than really taking control of like who you hang around with, because it's like we're not in high school or middle school no more. You're not forced to be in classes with nobody. You're not forced to be around nobody that you don't want to anymore.
Like, this my world. I dictate and choose who's gonna be around me, who gonna like be able to sit with me, talk to me, have a conversation, deal with me. Like, I choose all of that. This is my life. Like, this is my world, and you got your life, you got your world, and you can choose whatever go on, and I respect that. So like, I feel like I just like, that's where the accountability and consideration come in, because I be having to think like, not everybody like me, you know, they not gonna like see everything from my point of view and have my views and like stand on the principles I stand on and stuff like that. So I just be like, you know, I'm me, they them, and that's just what it is. So
no, it's tough to really, especially like to really just come to that realization that some people are just not gonna fuck with you for whatever reason, and like really it ain't even gotta be because of like what you did to anybody or anything, but just what somebody might have even said to them, they even bothered you. It's really it does suck, because like, especially in Charlotte and in this generation, we have all the devices, all the ways to communicate with each other, but we don't try to communicate with nothing and everything. And a lot of the people's issues don't even be with you, it be with themselves and everything.
It be with themselves, like, and that's the one thing, like, it be a lot of like jealousy going on. I feel like from men, like, I'm just speaking like based like me. I feel like from men and women, it be a lot of jealousy. Like, they don't like your personality. They don't like, how you move or how people deal with you and how much people love you. Like, it be the stupidest, simplest shit that'll make a motherfucker like not like you or like be weird to you. And it's like, that's really your issue and it don't make sense, but like, that's on you. You got to work on that because like, I'm working on me. I'm good on me. So like, it's just like, I hate the fact that like the toxicness is normalized so much. Like, it's everybody think it's so cute to be toxic and I want a situation and I want to like, it's just like everybody's goal is to be a weirdo. I don't get that.
I don't get it either. No, seriously, like, cause that's what's weird about this generation. We don't like we like to push things like self-help and self-care and everything, but we don't reflect it in everything else we do. It'll be like one post and that'd be it. It'd be like talking about it.
I'm gonna come with 100 posts for you. I got 100. Like, yeah, I just feel like I'm living my best life and like I'm gonna be a good person. I'm gonna like continue being a good person. I'm gonna continue always like growing and healing and just like moving forward. It's like it's not nothing in this world that nobody can do to me like that's gonna hurt me. It's nothing you can do to me in life that's gonna hurt me, that's gonna like set me back. Like, it's just not nothing somebody can do to me. I done just been through like literally just about every traumatic thing you can think of, like starting from a child up until a few months ago. Like, so it's just like, it's not nothing you can do to me. I know how to like detach quick. Like physically I'm there, but mentally I'm not there. So like, I know how to like be like healing my way out of a situation, like mainly with my marriage. Like, before I even left, I was doing the healing. And I just knew like as time went on, like I gotta go. Like, just like leading back, I knew I needed to heal like before I got my surgery. I knew I needed to heal because I will always see things like, just because you fix the outside don't mean like the inside is fixed. Like, I could change the outside, but I might not still feel good. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, all right, it's time. Like, I done had a baby, I done had another daughter. I have 2 daughters at this point. So it's like, let me start getting my mind right, because I feel like I had my kids, but like the relationship was still like toxic. So it's just like, I have daughters. Let me get it right. Like, I don't want to project like none of my traumas onto my daughters. So it's like, let me heal. Let me start getting my mind together, like cleansing, detoxing, like just like being so I could be a better person, a better woman, a better mom. And I just started like healing. I'm telling you, like, oh my God, it just felt so good to just like finally open, like speak and just say things that I like would never say, tell things that happened to me that I would never tell. And so I just started healing, and then it just started like expanding my mind. I started like realizing what I like and what I don't like, what I want like in a relationship, what I want in life, what I don't want. So it was just like a whole like new process. And that's when it's just like, ew, I'm older. That toxic shit is weird. You could keep that you projecting your traumas onto me. I didn't do it. So that's on you. You got to keep that over there. Like, it just be a whole lot. It'd be a roller coaster. But I feel like once you start taking the steps, like life just gets so much easier. Like, it's so much better. And I feel like that's when you start opening your eyes. And then at that point, you can like leave. Like, that was me in my marriage. It was just like, yeah, I'm done. I just literally like woke up one day like, yeah, I'm just done. I'm not even about to force it. I begged, I tried. It's just not working. It ain't nothing wrong with that. We just gonna leave it where it's at and then move forward. And like, we gonna take care of these kids, and that's just that.
And that's good. It's good. You actually took instead of making it come out like in a huge fight and stuff like that, people getting arrested or got stuff on their record. That's too much.
Like with him, he wanted that type of time, and like throughout the marriage, like, you want me to get out of character, you want to fight, you want to argue, you want to do all of that, and that's just not my swag. Like, as I'm older, it's just like, that's so draining. That's so corny. That's like, honestly, I say that and I don't wish that for anybody, but I'd be like, that's for kids. That's for like little high school kids to think that shit is cute. But I'm a grown ass lady. I have kids. Like, that's not cute to me. So it's just like, I feel like you purposely antagonizing me to get a reaction out of me, to paint this picture like me. And I'm just not going for it. Like, I will just sit there and look at you like, okay, you done?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just so crazy, though. Like, I don't know what's like the dynamic between black men and black women. That's like it's just shift after.
Jealousy.
Yeah, and it's sad because it's like, why is it like that? We shouldn't be jealous of nobody. I wouldn't be jealous of my wife or my woman or my trying to
Right.
fight because it's just like as like a
Yeah.
man. I got my mom's. Like, even though me and my mom's like, butt heads and everything, we argue, but a lot of that is like just I don't want to put it all on her and everything, but a lot of that is really just a matter of just overstepping boundaries and not like
Yes.
realizing like, hey, like dude, like
You
cut
did
it
too
out.
much.
And
Yeah.
just like just really just understanding like where you was wrong in the situation. Like it felt
Yes.
like, I kind of got to raise her to that degree. And then at the same
Mhm.
time raise myself to really understand what's right and what's wrong. And like it's double frustrating on that end.
Yes.
But it's like, to really like argue with your significant other and everything, do that like as a man, it's just an arguing with a woman is that's just weird to me. Like
I
it's
feel
just
like it takes teamwork. Like, especially in marriage, it takes teamwork. And see, like in my situation, like I was the husband more so. Like I worked and then I'm still a mom. So you want me to go to work, I'm working 12-hour shifts. I come home, shit, you hungry, my kids hungry, you want me to cook. You want me to sleep with you. Like, let's be real. Like, but I mean, it's just more so to it, and it's a lot that I'm not gonna go into detail about, but it's just like mentally, if you like fucking me up mentally, then physically, like all those aspects are off. So it's like now, like I'm coming home and I'm aggravated instantly. Like I don't want to be around you. And then I feel like more so like in my marriage, it was a lot of jealousy on his end. But it's like, I feel like it's 1,000 ways like to get some money. And I feel like that's where part of it come in. Like nowadays, men want to be lazy and not like be the provider. And so when you don't want to do that, you don't have the ambition, the self-ambition, the self-motivation, but your woman is going out finding 1,000 ways to get some money. You're jealous of that. You jealous of how people fuck with me. You jealous of the attention I get. You jealous of the love I get.
Which is weird once again
Yes.
because it's like once you're a whole female, like against other dudes competing, I could get that because
Right.
you want to get the girl, you want to get the money, you want to get
Yeah.
like but it's like I guess your woman though, it's just like that's a
It's
part of you
sick.
at the same time.
Yeah.
But I guess like when it comes to even with dudes too, I guess we have I don't know how I can put it, in a sense like because everybody has their own perspective and everything, and so it's just like anything that kind of like like we have a sense like, okay, I'm this guy, this is what I am, this is my principles, this is what I should be, and then you're not following a thing of what you think you should be,
Yeah.
and then there's people around you that's becoming more of what they are, and you're not becoming more. That's gonna make you feel some type of way. And everything.
Yeah.
How I see it is just I feel like everybody has their own journey and everything to kind of figure themselves out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you shouldn't be focused. I feel like he should have been supporting you to something, even if you were doing it. But was there a reason why he couldn't find it out? Did he have like something on his record?
Loser mentality.
Did he have anything on record?
Content. No, like
He just didn't want to go.
Discontent, like, just the mind frame, and that's why I said you gotta pay attention to how people was raised, who they was raised by, and then I'm very considerate. I think about the experiences that people have went through. Some life changes and life events and life tragedies like change people, but I feel like ain't none of that in this world an excuse to be a fucked up person. Like everybody go through stuff. It is people who have went through like so much, and even myself, like I have literally been through so much from childhood, like up until, and I still don't use that as an excuse to be a fucked up person. I don't have no jealousy in me. I don't envy nobody. Like anything I want, I'm going for. I'm gonna get it. So like I just feel like people they use that though. They use like life experiences and trauma as to reasons as to why they shitty, and they feel like you supposed to like accept that and continue and keep going and just accepting whatever they throwing at you because oh, I've been through this and I did it and da da da, and it's just like,
I mean, not everybody lived a very charmed life and
Right.
everything. Like,
Yeah.
you're black in America, it kind of comes with the package.
Yep.
Like, as shitty as it is, it's just like, whether you're in a predominantly white school, you get discriminated there. Yeah, and then it's just you go to a black school or a predominantly black school, they don't get the funding like they should. So it's like a lot of people fall out and go ways that they're not supposed to, and everything. You probably might not get picked up for a job as likely as like where like your white counterparts can easily get a job because maybe they know somebody in the system and everything. But it's at the same time, you still gotta have some kind of goal. Like, you're a 125th episode on this podcast. I keep myself busy. Yeah. And one day I would like for it to be monetized and maybe get a merchandise sales on it. Maybe one day, maybe get some video one day. But I gotta build that discipline now. Yeah. And I feel like discipline plays a lot into like people's success. Some people can get lucky. Yeah. Some people can, but at the same time, you can't rely on luck forever. Right. Like, that discipline really sets the standard for you.
Yeah, I definitely agree when it comes to discipline, especially like when you say like, a lot of people say like, I want more for myself. I want more for myself. But it's like, well, what are you doing to get more? What are you doing to make sure that you get more in life? And I feel like people like live in delusions and they like gas themselves up in their head. Like it sound good in your head, but you're not like making the moves. You're not executing what you're supposed to do. And I feel like that's the worst part about people in life. Is like the ambition and the discipline is not there, and you have like people like who are hitting 30 and like don't have shit, don't want to do shit, don't want to get shit, like they still want to live like they 18, and it's just like life fly by. Like, yes, life is so cherishable and it's like priceless, and it can be beautiful unless and a lot of fucked up shit does happen, but like you still want to like live a good life. Why do you don't want to live a good life? Like,
I guess like you might be just on autopilot. Like when your brain is just set on autopilot, you just kind of take life goes way faster once you don't really notice like how much time is being wasted. And then it's just like, it's just you don't really focus on yourself. You're just kind of just winging it. I don't want to say like depression or whatever plays into it, because everybody's depressed. Yeah, I can be depressed. Yeah, everybody's depressed. And it could lead to you taking a break off thing, but are you making any steps to snap out of it?
It's one thing though for you to take a break, and it's one thing for years to go by and you not do nothing. Like nothing. I think that's why like when it comes to me, I'm so like, people say like, oh, you want to be like a dude, you act like a dude, and I just feel like
I wouldn't think that.
You wouldn't think that? Thanks.
Just hood. Like, there ain't nothing wrong with hood. Like,
yeah. I mean, like relationship wise, like I can't say like I do have a thought process of what they would consider like a man's. Like I do. I just feel like
well, if it makes you feel better, like, everybody has masculine and feminine like energies to some degree.
That's the thing. I feel like I have more masculine energy, and then the men that I date have more feminine energy. Like,
or maybe you draw out their feminine energy.
I think so. But I always try to just sit back and be a lady. And like that comes with like the maturity and growth. And as I get older, like I want to be soft. I want to be a lady. I don't want to have to feel like I have to be like the provider, and like I have to be the provider. Like I have to bust my ass and go to work and like still cater to a man while you mistreat me. You talk down on me. Yeah, that's going to make me have to like, buck up and be like, bitch, watch it. Like,
okay, well, so, to be truthfully honest, like all this whole black woman being masculine, whatever, don't really pay any mind to that shit. I know that to an extent, like it kind of comes like, with the hand in hand as like a stereotype to a certain degree. But dude, everybody has a different like personality type. Yeah. If you're like a soft whatever, like people will walk over you all the time. Right. And it's better to be hard when you need to be hard than just be soft all the time. Right. I know females like, I know a lot of black women are like, oh, I wish I could be soft or whatever. I say like just do whatever you can. We're literally on the plantation right now as we speak. You got to be as strong as you got to be, and everything. So it's like, hey, for any black woman that's like worried about their femininity comes in many different forms. Just like masculinity comes in many different forms too. It doesn't have to be just for like the stereotypical wash dishes, make food. No, it doesn't. Sometimes being feminine is just being supportive, being understanding, being open. really
Being
giving people the
kind,
being kind-hearted is also work, but also being able to really communicate and everything is also like elements of like being feminine also and masculine. It's both hand in hand.
Yes.
But it's all about really channeling those energies in a positive manner. It's when toxicity comes from childishness. When people are childish and they don't outgrow certain childish bullshit, when they're not being communicative and they're just communicative, or they're gossiping, they're just backstabbing their friends, talking mess, not taking care of themselves, not having any goals for themselves.
Yeah.
That's where all the toxicity comes from. Being jealous, not really understanding or just focusing on yourself, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, that's why it's just like all that whole like masculine, whatever, just be you. Like if you're comfortable, be you.
Yes.
But be better at the same time. And being better doesn't mean being softer. Being better is just like really just putting yourself in a better position. And that's it. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't have to cater to nothing. That's all I'm saying. For other black men, that's the one thing that really irritates me too, is like trying to think that stuff is like entitled. Because it's not. You don't just, you got to be soft and everything. You got to work into that. You got to draw that out of women.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And then this generation is so sad because it's like you feel like it's so, the entitlement is just too deep. Like you can't be entitled to everything. Yes. You got to work for everything in the whole thing. Is somebody coming right now?
Yes.
But yeah, what were you saying?
What was we talking about?
What was I saying?
You were saying something.
Okay, yeah. As I was saying, it was just like, it's just the entitlement with this generation. It's trash and everything. It's just like you can't be entitled to everything. Like, if it be sex, a date, you don't even have reservations, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I would just say at least take notes when people are making mistakes to like not make the same mistakes. So it's like you can at least learn. But it's like, the difference. I didn't really live through the 90s really to be like, know what the dating scene was like that out there. But I feel like people were more attentive in regards to like and self-reflective to their own BS, and I feel like that's a different maker too, and everything. It's just like when dealing with the opposite sex too, it's like there's gonna be difference. There could be a girl that's kind of shy, quirky, whatever. Girls that are kind of sporty, girls that are just really hood. There are girls that are just whatever. Well, really the difference maker is like your principles, your character. That's the difference. Like everybody's different, but it's really your principles and your character that makes all the difference, like in the world. Like so, it's just like all that. I feel like it's not a matter of like being entitled. Be soft, be this, be that. Just be you.
Yeah, I feel like when I say like I want to be soft, I feel like it's all about like the person like you dealing with, and I feel like if I get those vibes to where like you make that masculinity come up out of me, then you're not for me. Because you making me have to feel like I have to put a wall up. I have to handle you like a hoe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta move accordingly. You making me feel, I don't want to feel like that. I want somebody that I could just sit back and like be pretty, be a lady. Like, I don't have to be like so like defensive and like da 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 and like you get what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want to be
just always just stressed out and frustrated.
Yeah, like to where like, now I gotta like move like a dude. I gotta drop you and replace you. Like, no, I wanna be soft and I wanna like experience life and enjoy things. Like, I don't wanna just keep being a giver. I wanna give and I wanna take. But I want you to like, you know what I'm saying? I want somebody who's accepting and giving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanna meet halfway. I don't want it to be where like the roles are like just weird and it's just
you just don't feel protected.
Yeah, like you're not making me feel secure, you're not making me feel good, you're not making me feel like a good woman. Like you it's like you taking the bitch up out of you and making the nigga come up out of me. Like, I don't like that. That's so annoying. That's why I just be like, soft life, soft life, soft life. If it make me uncomfortable, if it make me angry, if it make me like get out of character, you making me like feel like I'm amped up, you're not for me. Like, you're not for me. I'm not feeling that energy. I don't like that. So like, if I gotta second guess something or if you got my mind wandering, I'm wandering the fuck off. Like, I'm not, you get what I'm saying? I'm not settling for nothing. I'm not settling for you to make me have feelings that I don't want to experience or have at the moment. Like, I'm just like good on all of that. That stuff is just weird. It's like, go heal, nigga. Go heal.
All that takes accountability, and that's the one that I'd be talking about on the past episodes. Like, man, we really need more black therapists for sure to really go into why like a lot of dudes act the way that they do, and everything. I go to counseling from time to time back in the day. That's when I realized a whole lot of things. Like, for instance, I didn't realize that in a sense I was kind of raising myself until a counselor actually brought that up. Like, wow, I really raised myself and everything. And then it's just like, you know, but it's just like it kind of helps you be more self-reflective. You know, shadow working helps too. Like, I don't know if you heard about shadow working. Have you?
Yeah.
You heard about shadow working? Yeah, they got self-help books when it comes to stuff like that. You can get on Amazon and things like that.
I'm finna go back to therapy. I'm not even gonna lie, because like I'm not saying I'm perfect. I definitely have my ways, my flaws. Like shit. Like I definitely have my ways. I have like control issues. I do. Like I can admit my faults, and I feel like the more that I'm aware, the more I can work on it and like just maneuver differently and like go through life differently and like change my ways so I can like be compatible in general with like anybody, friends, family, you know, the other sex, like random female, you know, like so it just make you like open your eyes more, and it's just like you dictate, you know, how people move with you and what kind of life you gonna have. And I just feel like at a point in life, it comes time where you really gotta just one flag that's wrong, just separate. Like you can move around. Really,
I mean, it ain't gotta be automatically like the first flag. Although it would be candid to actually keep in mind that maybe you should, you know, at least this year, so just a little bit.
Look out for it. Watch out. You know?
But it's like, you know, just learn to just communicate like with that person and everything. Not about the red flag, but just in general.
I think communication is the biggest key, and a lot of people don't like to communicate because, like, I hate when you can like be expressing how you feel to somebody and they be like, okay, like, or like not even that, if they open the door for the convo to start for you to express some feelings and then it's kind of like you diminishing how I feel, or it's like you really don't give a fuck. Nah, I don't want to like deal with you. I don't want to talk to you because you're not giving me like the communication that I'm asking for. Like I like clear communication. Like say what you mean and mean what you say. Like be direct, be honest. Like, and people don't do that. And I think that's the biggest like thing between me and other people is because one thing I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be real honest. Like sometimes I might even be too honest, but like I'm gonna be honest because that just make me feel good because shit, I'm honest. What can you like? You can't do nothing but respect that, and if you don't respect that, then oh well. But like I'm gonna be me, and so I feel like if you're not honest with me, and if you're not giving me like clear communication, then I'm gonna have to just be like, alright, fuck you. Like it's just what it is because it's like you ain't even giving me the bare minimum of what I'm asking. You giving me the bare. And that's for anybody, like dating, just friendships, relationships, like work relationships, all of that. Like that's just, ooh.
It's all pretty easy, man. I don't say it's easy, but it's pretty simple. You know what I'm saying? I swear it's just just give and then take and then keep it 50-50 at the same time. At least try to come to a compromise where it's good for both sides, even if it's not 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some people like 30-70. Some people like maybe 5-95. Not me though, but it's just
not
like
me, but that might work for some people. But for me, no, bitch, I need over 100%. We gotta be 100 and 100. Like, but I feel like that at the same time, sometimes I don't have realistic expectations from people. I don't, because then I have to remember that not everybody is me. Not everybody move like me. Not everybody think like me. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. That's why I try to be like more, lenient. But I'm like, shit.
If the shit's unnecessary, then don't do it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's like
real.
It's just like really be really for real, because it's like a lot of this stuff is really mad unnecessary. But people overstep their boundaries to do the absolute most and thinking shit is sweet. Like years
like
later,
you did too much, but you really ain't do enough because now I'm not fucking with you. Like. And that's just it. Once I don't want to fuck with you, I don't want to fuck with you. It's no takebacks. I don't rekindle shit. I'm not rekindling nothing. It's no takebacks, no trades, all of that. No, ain't none of that. You shouldn't have did what you did, because if you know me well enough, then you know how I am. So, no takebacks, no trades.
Yeah, real shit, man. No, for real. But on to the BBL situation, because we've been talking about a whole lot of this relationship for a while. But in regards to the process of the BBL, how would you describe that process in closing for this podcast?
Like, the process of starting it was easy. Like, that's one thing I said. You gotta start your mental healing journey, because you could be bad, fine, pretty, thick on the outside and still be ugly on the inside. Your brain's still fucked up. So I think if you start your healing, do that first. Like, heal through your traumas and stuff. Get ready, because once you get surgery, it's a roller coaster. Like, it's up and down. Like, it would be days I would get up and be like, I love my body. I love my body. And then be like, another day, I hate it. I fucking hate it. I want more. I do want more, but
I want more what?
I want another BBL. I'm going to get some work done to my boobs, and I may get a little tummy tuck, but, well, I know for sure I'm getting all of that. But, spaced out, I'm still, like, doing some more healing. I just, went through my separation. I'm getting ready for a divorce. So I'm still, like, maneuvering through that, but, like, I'm just doing everything that make me happy. So surgery wise, I'm all for it. The healing process, I mean, the first week, because I went out the country, the first week was like hell. It was horrible. We got into a car accident over there. Like, they drive crazy. So it's like, imagine your body. Imagine like you burn your hand. You know how it blister? But imagine your whole body under the skin is like that, like a burn. So then, like, you getting your massages, they sucking the fluid out of you, but that shit hurt even more. It's like, because they applying pressure to a burn on the inside. Like, that shit was rough. It was rough. It was. And then also, like, mentally, that played a big part in it too. And then just being so far away from, like, my kids and stuff, it was just like, damn. But, like, after that first week, after surgery, then I came home, I was good. Like, I was good. I've been healing fine. I love, like, my results right now. I've been living my best life. Like, I stay in the mirror. I stay taking pictures. I look better in my outfit, so I stay getting dressed. Like, it's just a whole different experience. And I think society try to downplay it and, like, say, like, oh, y'all done made, like, BBLs a thing, that natural bodies not even in no more. I think natural bodies are in. I think surgery bodies are in. I don't think it's nothing wrong with a natural body. I don't think it's nothing wrong with a BBL body. Just for me, I'm going to go ahead and get on that table. And if you like your natural body, then that's fine. You're supposed to love that. I'm not knocking it.
But when dudes criticize, it's like, okay, like...
It's like, y'all are fucking losers. What do y'all like? At this point, it gives y'all like boys, because you talk shit about natural bodies. You talk shit about BBL bodies. Like, so what the fuck do y'all like? It's giving you like meat, like me. Like, what the hell? I don't like that part. So
I never want to, like, disrespect any female body for how they feel about whatever and everything.
Yeah.
Unless she was on, like, some disrespectful shit. Like, I don't want to be, like, body shaming nobody.
Yeah.
Like that. There was this one girl who used to be, like, try to, like, fuck on me and disrespect me. And it's like, but then she'd be wearing, like, these weird skirts. And, like, your stomach be leaking out the skirt. How your stomach leak out the skirt and you won't be talking shit about people?
Yeah, you gotta
like,
be humble
like,
now.
You can't be overly, like, self-indulgent. That's what I'm saying.
And that's how people do on social media. It could be like a real, like, dusty, sloppy looking girl. Yeah. And she gonna talk shit about my BBL. Yeah. It could be a dude who look broken, dusty, like he don't brush his teeth, talking shit about a BBL.
There's too much money out here. If you got money for BBL, go for it. It don't matter. Yeah. If you got money for
and
it,
that
pay for
be the
it.
thing. I don't see why it bother people. Bitch, I didn't ask you to pay for this. Exactly. And you definitely can't hit this. So keep it moving. Like, yeah, I don't understand.
Like, it's just like somebody get a new car or get to do that. That's their purchase.
Yeah,
like,
that's them. But that's their life. What does that really have to do with you? Like, that's so weird. Like,
man, this world is weird like that. I could never really get. It's always something going on.
I think people, like, really be so miserable behind closed doors that they just sit up and, like, say anything about anything
just to make themselves feel better.
Yeah,
man.
It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, seek help. Just go get some help. Like, damn, it's really not that hard. But, like, gotta remember, not everybody think like you, not everybody relate.
I mean, everybody lives in phases, you know. They could be living through a bitter phase. Next phase, they could be a more
but
healed.
That's
and
ugly. Like, see, that's the thing with me. When I'm going through something, I don't project that onto people. Like, I don't be no nasty person. I don't be weird
or try to fuck people up to the point where they become weird.
Yeah, so it's like when people do that, that's what, like, have me on 10. Like, yeah, I'm about to fuck you up because you on some weird timing. Like, just like live your life the way you want to live. Like it's not no like when they say BBL is a trend and they be like, oh, I see posts, they be like the trend gonna be over next year. For who? I mean, it's not a trend. I didn't do this for no man. I didn't do this like to impress bitches. I did it for me, and I'm gonna keep doing it for me. Yeah. So it's like y'all.
I guess they'll see it like trend. I guess they'll see it like how Pamela Anderson got her got like breasts.
Big old boobs.
Yeah, like when she was in Baywatch and shit, and then everybody wanted to get boobs too around that time.
But that's the thing, like y'all doing this shit because y'all followers like.
You just do it because you want to do it.
Right, I did it because I wanted to do
it.
What
what augmentation did you have in your process?
I just had 360 lipo and BBL. So like from the front and my whole back and my sides, all that fat sucked and then placed in my butt.
Okay, that's cool. How you feeling? You like it?
Yes, I love it. Like I had like the Hank Hill body. It was horrible. Like no ass at all. Shoulders look big, look like a football player. So now that like I got all this ass, I love it. But I want some more. There are things I want to tweak. And now that I done laid, like they do say body dysmorphia is real. Mm-hmm. And I will admit that it is real. But that's why I say like do your healing and like learn you and stuff first before you make decisions. Because like I do have a look. Like now that I laid on the table once, I know I'm gonna do it again because I know it's some more shit I want to tweak. And personally, I feel like if I can afford it and that's what I want, then I'm gonna do that.
Just do whatever you want. Yeah, you do whatever you want because like literally, it's just you, just your life. Everybody, just my life, on the sex of things, like everybody has their own struggle and everything. You know, like nobody can choose like how they look or whatever. Right. But if you can actually do something about it. Why not do it? Like, we live in those times, years later, like 100, 500 years, they're going to have some brand new surgeries so they can do whatever and however.
Everything becoming so advanced, but I just feel like like if it's gonna make you happy, instead of sitting around and complaining when it's something that can be changed, then get up and change it. Yeah. Instead of just like not doing nothing. Who want to like keep hearing that? Or why are you torturing yourself steady complaining when you could change something? Like get your ass up and fix it.
Some people could work out, some people can do this, some people can do that, and it's just like
And then like people say that all the time, like, girl, you could have just went to the gym. Like, shut the hell up. What I started with, I was already going to the gym before I got surgery. It would have been like a good 7 years before I ended up with the results that I got from surgery from going to the gym. Yeah. Who's doing that? No, I needed that shit fast. So that's why I did what I did. They don't have nothing to do with y'all. Like,
I'm trying to get in the gym. I don't know how I'm about to get abs before like Miami and shit.
Dedication.
Like, I'm trying to see if I can switch on my diet. Like just yesterday and everything, I cut out like all like the extra sugary bread stuff, and I'm on a bit of like a fast, like a Daniel fast and everything, where you just eat nothing but fruits and vegetables. And I'm like, that's what I'm kind of sticking to for the like until like maybe Thanksgiving, for like just 21 days to kind of check it out. Yeah. And then maybe like really start working out. Like I don't think I'll be able to do that. It's just really just something to really
go like walking, like do cardio 30 minutes. Like if you're gonna go to the gym, okay, get on a treadmill, whatever, do your cardio for 30 minutes. Weights, everything is weights. Like when I be in the gym, straight weights, arms, weights, legs, weights. Like use weights for everything. Yeah, that's just what it is.
This is just do what you all got to do to make yourself happy. But, you already passed the 1 hour threshold, and I got to be at work in like 15 minutes. So it's just like, I always say thank you, Lauren, for hopping on and everything. I'll be sure to upload your episode as soon as possible. What are some other gems of advice you want to drop before we go off?
Gems of advice, I feel like my advice will always be to be you. Like be unapologetically you. Don't apologize for living your life the way you want to live it, for being the type of person you are. If you're a good person though, you don't be, shitty and then think that's okay. But like just be you and do what the hell make you happy, find your peace and like just absorb like the happiness and the gratefulness of life. Yeah.
That's about it.
That's about it.
Nice. That's it for the Mental Threads podcast 125. We're sewing in and we're sewing out. That's it.